what you created. Everything surrounding me, you made it. Everything's so beautiful the way it flows together. I think I hear birds singing your praises. Amen. I swear you make me feel like I'm your favorite. Oh, it's the way the birds fly across the sunset.
Proverbs 31:10-31. Who can find a wife of noble character? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. She rewards him with good, not evil, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with her willing hands. She is like the merchant ships, bringing her food from afar. She rises while it's still night and provides food for her household and portions for her female servants. She evaluates a field and buys it. She plants a vineyard with her earnings. She draws on her strength and reveals that her arms are strong. She sees that her profits are good and her lamp never goes out at night. She extends her hand to the spinning staff, and her hand holds the spindle. Her hand reaches out to the poor, and she extends her hand to the needy. She is not afraid for her household when it snows, for all in her household are doubly clothed. She makes her own bed coverings. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known at the city gates, where he sits among the elders of the land. She makes and sells linen garments. She delivers belts to the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she can laugh at all of the days to come. Her mouth speaks wisdom, and loving instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the activities of her household and is never idle. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also praises her. Many women have done noble deeds, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord will be praised. Give her the reward of her labor, and let her works praise her at the city gates. Here I am, another day waking up at 5:30, kind of questioning if this is all worth it. I'm a little bit tired, honestly, a little delirious girl, but I'm here. And I have found that for me to show up as my best self, I need a quiet and slow morning. My husband is actually already up at this point. He's been waking up at 4:30, so that's been motivating me to get up at that 5 or 5:30 mark, especially because he's at the gym. So I totally can soak with God alone and just have that quiet time. And I obviously want to be a good steward of my time, and I just know how much more patient, loving, kind, joyful, all the things I am when I really get that alone time with God. So of course, that is how we are starting off this morning. But I wanted to read the entire Proverbs 31 verse to you guys, because I feel like a lot of us kind of just see it as this aesthetic and just some quote we saw on Instagram. But the Proverbs 31 woman is so dynamic, and I think that's what makes her just so appealing. She has so many qualities and attributes that just make you want to lean into her and make you want to be her, be like her. But I think the ironic thing is the Proverbs 31 woman is just a reflection of Jesus. Jesus had all of these attributes and beautiful things about him. And when we lean into the Lord, when we get our strength from the Lord, guess what? We start to look like him. We start to act like him. We start to reflect him in everything that we do. I've actually been in the book of Genesis. I am going through the Old Testament again, and I just felt led to the book of Genesis. But I've also been following along with the Bema podcast. It's a really, really good, theologically sound, biblical podcast, and I love how they break down the verses. A lot of you guys are like, lead us through a Bible study, and though if the Lord calls me to it, I will, but I know I'm not a teacher, and there are definitely people who are more equipped for that. So I would recommend the Bema podcast. It's a great way to really get some deep theology and study in while still being able to kind of be on the go, because I basically do my quiet time and then I put on the Bema podcast while I'm getting ready to head out to the gym. That way I can kind of still soak and reflect. And I've already gotten a lot of revelation just by listening to that podcast and kind of going back through my own notes and things like that. So that is a great resource for you guys. But I have been steady and consistent on going to the gym at 7 a.m. And it's honestly the best thing for me, for my family. Like, I have to go to the gym at 7 a.m. It's perfect. Everybody is still asleep. Well, besides my husband, but my kids are still asleep at this time. I can head out of the door and I can just have that me time, because I need my strength from the Lord. And then I need to do the things that I know help me to show up. And working out has been a through and through thing that I have to do on a daily basis. I used to like dial it down to like 4 days a week, 5 days a week. No, I need to move my body in some way, shape, or form every single day, especially because I'm staying home with the kids full time now. I have to get that energy out, and it also helps my mental health. So I'm actually headed to my 7 a.m. workout class. Cannot wait to get this workout in. I do like a HIIT cardio class. So it's about 30 to 45 minutes of just high intensity training. You're going to get a great sweat in, heart rate is up. And this has been super impactful on really every area of my life. So 10 out of 10 recommend doing something every morning to move your body, especially before them kids wake up. Good morning, beautiful people. I am feeling so incredible. It is 8:48. We have already gotten so much done this morning, and I was trying to fight like the 5 a.m. wake up for so long. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. months ago. I think it was like 6 months ago. And then I transitioned to like 7 for a while, where I was just waking up when the kids woke up. And I was trying to fight the 5 a.m. wake up because I didn't want to like be in that super rushed grind mode that I've been in for so long. But I realized like it's actually quite the opposite. When I wake up earlier, I actually can go slow. I can take my time. That 2 extra hours of sleep was not worth me waking up and immediately having to be on go. Like it just was not good for anybody involved. So yes, it sucks the first week waking up at 5 a.m. because your body's adjusting. But after that, there's just so much freedom to go slow and take your time, especially if you have kids. Just having those quiet moments before all of the hustle and bustle starts. Everybody wakes up in the house. And for me, like having that quiet time with God was obviously when I say non-negotiable, I mean a non-negotiable. So I woke up, got up my word. I had a really good workout today. When I say a really good workout, like that was like the perfect workout that will just have you hype after, feeling great. Your body feels great. And yeah, I feel like my fitness journey has just it's been a journey. It's been a journey, but I'm loving where I'm at right now. Like I'm finally seeing and feeling, more than anything, I am feeling the results that I've been desiring for so long. And I think the reality is it's not just about what you're doing in the gym. It's also about what you're doing at home. What are you eating? What are you cooking? And you guys know that I have been honing in on nutrition as of recently. But one thing I love about my husband is whenever I get some new knowledge and I share it with him, he actually starts to implement it into his life. Like he's a great listener, learner. He's like a sponge. He likes to absorb stuff. So he's actually cooking breakfast for us right now. Usually every morning he cooks breakfast just because of timing. I take over with the kids, eat breakfast with them, and then he switches into work mode. But yeah, I love how he's been implementing all the things I've been learning from my dietitian into like the meals that he's been cooking, because it's helpful for everybody.
involved. And if you guys don't know, I recently made the decision to work with a registered dietitian through Nourish, and it has been helping out the entire fam. One thing I love about Nourish is that I can meet with my dietitian right through Zoom. You guys know my schedule has changed a lot with homeschooling, so going to somebody's office was absolutely not an option. So I love the flexibility of being able to hop on Zoom weekly and just chat about my goals, my struggles, and her also giving me really good nuggets of wisdom. The best part about Nourish is 94% of patients actually pay $0 out of pocket because they accept hundreds of insurance plans in all 50 states. Check with your insurance. You may be sleeping on the fact that you could be getting a free or low cost dietitian. And I love that my dietitian helped me to create a plan that works for my life. It's no crazy strict diet. It's something that's feasible and realistic for the stage of life that I'm in. We talked about grocery shopping, meal prepping, which is something I'm still working on. We're gonna get there one day, and eating food that fuels my body so I can also perform great during my workouts and still have energy to pick it back up with the kids and do this whole thing of motherhood. Nourish doesn't want to give you just a quick fix. They focus on sustainable, lifelong habits that fit into your real lifestyle. So if you ever thought a dietitian was out of reach, well, here is your sign. You have to check out Nourish today, especially because through your insurance, you may be paying $0 out of pocket. You can book your first appointment today in as little as 5 minutes. So make sure to check the link in my description to check out Nourish today. Like I said, speaking of food and nourishing my body, we are about to go eat breakfast. Javon just made breakfast. After breakfast, well, during breakfast, we usually have like our little family Bible study, and then we're gonna head upstairs for homeschool. Though I'm not showing you our homeschool routine today, that is a video that I plan to make, so stay tuned for that.
When I say the Lord has done such a work in my heart when it comes to my kids, it's seriously something I can't even like explain because I didn't even fully understand it. And don't get me wrong, love my kids down, but my heart posture used to be one of just like quick to be annoyed, quick to be agitated, and I really just lacked patience. And I remember just praying and asking God to help me in this area. And it's so funny what he did. Like, one, he called me to homeschool my pre-K daughter. So there's that. To pull them out of daycare. So there's that. So it was like he didn't just put patience in my heart. He put me in positions where I had to be patient. He put me in positions where I had to change the natural reaction that I had. And we create our habits, right? So I had a habit of being irritated. I had a habit of lacking patience. So what did I have to do? I had to have a habit, okay? Every single day I had a habit of being loving, of being kind, of being slow to anger. Like, it wasn't just, okay, God, help me, and he just put it on my heart. It was like, no, I'm going to require you to practice this because you practiced your way into it. So you have to practice your way out of it. And that's the beauty of making habits. It has been a really beautiful experience of just like being refined in that area of motherhood. And yeah, I just pray that that can also help a woman, because that's one thing we don't want to talk about. We want to look like we have it all together as moms. We want to be like, no, I'm the most loving, caring, love my kids every single day of the week. And it's like, yes, you always love your kids, but sometimes you don't like it. But I've even had to change my heart towards that. It's like, Lord, let me see my kids as image bearers of you. Let me see them as little tiny image bearers. And I was listening to this one girl, and she said something that was so simple, but it has stuck with me. She was like, whenever you get overstimulated with your kids, whenever they're just doing the most, just look at how tiny their hands and feet are. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I did one day, and I looked at how tiny their hands and feet are, and I was like, wow, you are tiny little image bearers of God. And it just stuck in my heart. So mornings have been honestly beautiful. They used to be filled with just busyness and hurry, but ever since I started making changes in my life and in my family, they've now been filled with just like love and laughter and light, and I don't take it for granted. So I think it really just is about undoing what you've been doing and creating new habits, and I'm just thankful that God's given me the wisdom to do so. Like I said earlier in the video, I am going to take you guys through our entire homeschool pre-K routine. If you are interested in that, make sure to leave a comment down below and I'll try to film that for you guys here pretty soon, because we've been homeschooling for about 2.5 weeks now. So I feel like we finally have found our flow, and I definitely have lots of nuggets of wisdom to share with you guys this far, and just how our journey has been going. But I always make it a priority to get the kids dressed so we can start school on time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this morning routine, and remember, the Proverbs 31 woman is just a woman who is devoted to Jesus. So if you're trying to be a Proverbs 31 woman, well, I would say start with Jesus.
Good morning, good morning. It's a new day. God, we thank you and we praise you. It's time to learn and play. That reminds me of a story. Can I tell you a story? Yeah. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Daniel. Daniel loved God so much